Welcome to the dazzling world of VegasVibes Junction. I'm your host, Esmeralda Padilla-Gould, guiding you through the enchanting soul shaping the vibrant landscape of Las Vegas. In this captivating season, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed sponsors, Mr. and Mrs. Francis and Carolyn Ching of Hawaii. Their unwavering support, combined with the fantastic collaboration with All Access Productions, adds an extra layer of magic to our journey. A special shout out to our incredible viewers on VegasPlus.us, FilmTV.us, VegasLiveTV.us, AppleTheater.net, WCTV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and VegasVibes.us, as well as those tuning in on local TV channel KGNG 26.8 Las Vegas. Your support means the world to me, so spread the joy on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Las Vegas pulses with vibrant music, breathtaking performances, and electrifying events. As we spotlight talented artists and dedicated individuals, let's immerse ourselves in the thrill. Join us for mega concerts and sports spectacles, feeling the enchantment that crowns Vegas as the entertainment capital of the world. Coming up, I'll be interviewing Chief Judge Cynthia Dustin Cruz, a dedicated public servant and legal luminary whose unwavering commitment to justice, community service, and innovation has made her a revered figure in the Las Vegas judicial landscape. Stay tuned to learn more about her insights and expertise when VegasVibes Junction returns. Welcome to VegasVibes Junction. Today we have the distinct pleasure of diving into the remarkable journey and profound insights of a seasoned judicial candidate whose name resonates with integrity and excellence. Born in Salt Lake City, Utah, and raised in the vibrant city of Las Vegas, this individual's path to the bench is a testament to her unwavering dedication to justice and community service. Hailing from a background where her parents instills values of service, her father as a police officer and her mother as a secretary, she embodies the essence of public duty and fairness. From her humble beginnings to her current role as Chief Judge of Las Vegas Justice Court, her journey is a beacon of inspiration for aspiring legal professionals and advocates of fairness alike. Join us as we delve into her illustrious career, her vision for the judiciary, and the transformative impact she continues to make within the courtroom and beyond. I am truly honored and pleased to welcome Chief Judge Cynthia Dustin Cruz.
Thank you for having me today.
It's really a pleasure to have you. Well, it's like I have known you for quite some time, and seeing you here and sitting across from you is really an honor. I mean, you've done so much for the community, and when I found out you are a chief court judge, I mean, wow, I am so impressed.
Thank you, thank you. Well, we go back a little ways now. I want to say over 10 years now.
Over 10 years now, yes.
Right.
My first question, can you share with us some pivotal moments or experiences from your upbringing in Las Vegas and that shaped your values and ultimately led you to pursue a career in law?
So I grew up, my dad was a police officer, and I grew up and watched Las Vegas grow. But one of the things that I always noticed in Las Vegas, and maybe it's something that I saw, was there seemed to be more racial issues. People didn't have a lot of equality. There were people who couldn't afford to go to court, really didn't know how to go to court. And so as I grew up, it seemed to be that my path never even started with law. I never...
You were an entrepreneur.
Well, I actually started off where I helped people with like physical therapy and improving their fitness level. I just never thought that I would be moving into being the legal field, but I still was trying to help people. And I finally had the opportunity the law school opened up here, and I said, I think this is what I want to try. And I went to law school, and when I became an attorney, I started doing criminal defense work and starting to help people that were accused of crimes and making sure that the system was fair for them. And I represented a lot of people that were indigent, that couldn't afford an attorney. And eventually my life turned to where I thought, okay, what can I do next? I was a successful attorney, but I thought, what can I do next? Where can I help? And I decided to run and become a judge. I had been an attorney for just under 10 years when that happened. Ran in 2012, got elected to the bench. And since I've got on the bench, I've really worked on trying to be what we're supposed to be, a public servant, trying to help improve the community and trying to find ways as a judge that I can help improve things so that people can have equal justice and access to the court, no matter whether they can afford an expensive attorney or not.
Growing up with a police officer as a father and a secretary as a mother, how did their professions influence your perception of justice and public service?
Well, I mean, we were a working class family. So I'm not saying that I've never experienced poverty, but I mean, we started off in a trailer park here when we first moved to Las Vegas through, until my parents could afford to get us into a house. And I say that because I went through the public school system and I was just a regular kid. Mm. And I think that carries over into your life and how you interact with people in my profession. So I frequently can tell the people that are the clerks, I used to answer the phone, I used to have to file papers. I get it, I understand the hardness of what you're trying to do. And maybe that makes me more approachable, maybe that makes that I can understand better. But I've tried to carry that you know, people come from different avenues and you have to be respectful of that. And that, I think, helps me do my job better.
That's great. I love that you have a compassionate heart and you show empathy to people. Throughout your career, you have demonstrated a strong commitment to serving the community. How do you believe your background and experiences have influenced your approach to judicial service and community engagement?
Well, I mean, it just keeps carrying along. I think I became, not just that I wanted to help people, but I think I became a problem solver. And so when I start hearing like, hey, there's this problem, and it's something that as my role as a judge, I think that there could be a way to help. I mean, literally, it could be something like, hey, I just met this person, this is a great resource. And then somebody comes and I'm like, okay, it might not be something that I can help with, but I can certainly connect you with that resource. Because we don't need to operate in silos. That's one thing that I've learned as chief judge that I've seen is that everybody wants to do their own thing and we operate in silos and we never talk to each other. And I really think that we need to talk to each other because there's so many amazing things in the community. Mm. And if we collaborate, we can do so much more. But I think everybody is just so focused sometimes on, I want to help, and I'm going to have my vision and I'm going to go along with my vision to try to get there to help. But maybe take a second and look around because maybe there's some collaboration that can help both entities on the same journey because that's what we're all trying to do.
Yes, and having a connection with everyone makes a huge difference.
I think when you start getting out in the community and you start hearing what's out there and saying, you know, I heard about this group, or I heard about this resource, and maybe this could benefit this other group that I hear. Because I can say there are amazing, amazing groups and organizations and resources here in town that, in certain circumstances, I've spent years on the bench and I never heard of, and the minute that I hear of them, I'm like, how can we do something? Right?
Out there, go out there and discover. Mm-hmm. As a chief judge of Las Vegas Justice Court, you have overseen various initiatives aimed at improving access to justice and implementing innovative solutions. Could you highlight some of the key initiatives or reforms you have championed during your tenure? So earlier on in my judicial career, I was part of a committee that is called Project 48. And what we discovered, and it circles back into that collaboration thing, that cases where people were incarcerated in the Clark County Detention Center and we needed to move them up to the next level court,
it was taking 5 days, 7 days, sometimes 10 days for people to get there. And it's not that they had to go to a different place. It was the same courthouse. It was literally just getting a paper, getting a file from one court to another court. So we came together and said, how can we fix this?
Expedite.
Expedite, because it costs the taxpayers per day, per person that's sitting in the Clark County Detention Center. I want to say we're up at about $200 a day or over now. I want to say back then it was about $144 a day.
Per person, and how many?
Right.
Right?
And that's literally for getting a file from this court to the next court. And it was saying, well, we need to find a way that our computer systems can talk to each other so that it can do it. Well, we found a way, and we moved it down from it being that 5, 7, 10 days to 48 hours.
Wow, that's amazing.
So it saved millions of dollars. That's just one thing. Since I've been chief judge, we've been working on getting better technology for people to be able to access our court system, file documents, see what's going on with their case, make payments on cases, certain circumstances, resolve their case online. So working on that, and can we use things like Zoom to log in for court for certain types of hearings? So maybe you don't have to take off the day from work and make it really hard. So things like that, we've been really a champion. The latest thing that I have in my wheelhouse, I serve on the statewide Committee for Access to Justice.
Your involvement in specialty courts such as the Drug Treatment Court and DUI Treatment Court showcases a dedication to addressing underlying issues and promoting rehabilitation. What inspired you to take on these roles, and what do you believe are the most significant benefits of specialty courts?
So prior to becoming a judge, I was an attorney, and I did some criminal defense work, and I had some people that were getting involved in the criminal justice system because they had substance abuse problems, and I advocated for getting these people into treatment courts back then. So I think it became a natural progression when I became a judge. The judge that was doing Las Vegas Justice Court's drug court was wanting to step back from that role. She was talking about retiring. She changed her mind, but at that point she was talking about retiring. So I seized the opportunity to start doing that court. Started writing some grants, got involved with it, started seeing how we can take it to the next step to model national best practices standards, and ran with it. Apparently I did too good of a job, because then next thing I know, I got asked to take over our repeat offender DUI treatment court. So I did that in 2019, started getting some more funding with that, changed it, made it up to national best practices standards, and really worked on public safety with helping people on that one. So now I do two. And I've been doing that DUI repeat offender court since 2019 and drug court since just before 2016 now.
Sitting on that bench, what usually do you hear the costs of getting involved in drugs?
It's immeasurable. You have to ask, if you start having a substance abuse issue and you get behind the wheel of a car and you run into somebody, you could kill somebody, not just yourself. You destroy their lives, you destroy your family's lives. If you're so lucky that you don't run into somebody, you can do damage that affects not only your life, but your family's too,
Mm-hmm.
because if something happens and you end up in jail, I mean, that takes you away from the family. What if you're the only person that has a job? What if you're the only person that brings home money? What if your child doesn't have anybody but you as a parent? Substance abuse has no boundaries. It does not care whether you're homeless. It does not care if you live in a multi-million-dollar home. It does not care.
Doesn't discriminate.
It does not. It is a horrible, horrible disease that destroys. And I have watched people get in the throes of where this disease has attacked them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've watched people come into the court system that have never had a criminal matter before, but now they're robbing people. They're harming people. They're harming our community. And it's just because they're lost in this disease. And me doing a treatment court is trying to help somebody with that disease. You can't cure them, but you can get it where your disease is under control. And instead of the disease running your life, you have power now, and you can control it, and you can have a much better life without using substances. And that's our mission in that court.
That was kind of heavy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go heavy. It's like the scary part.
Yes, I am so glad we have people like you who is making a difference in those people's lives who are lost and needs really big help. Serving as a judge often involves navigating complex legal issues while maintaining impartiality and fairness. Can you share some insights into your approach to decision making and ensuring equitable outcomes for all parties involved?
So my years of experience I can pull from, because I've been able to preside over every type of case that's been in Las Vegas Justice Court. And then I have years. I mean, I've got over 2 decades of experience being an attorney. So I have very good grasps on the core principles. And I also know that you have to keep your education up. You have to know how to research. You have to know how to sit down and read what's coming in front of you. And you have to also say, sometimes I need to go research this law a little bit more before I can issue the decision, because you want to make sure that you're giving the decision right. That's probably the easy answer. Sometimes I have people when they come into court, they're very frustrated. They're very vocal. They're having a bad day. And learning on how to be impartial in that situation, even though that person is not a happy person and that person may be verbally venting and taking it out on me as a judge, you can't have that impact. You have to still do your job. My job as a judge is to not take sides. My job as a judge is not to play favoritism. My job is to apply the law to the case. And sometimes it's like, hey, let's take a break and let's take a breath. And I think that part of experience and knowing how to help navigate people coming in front of you, being able to know how to deal with people that are having those difficult days, and still having the empathy and the compassion that you can still give a ruling or hear a case without having to take it to another level.
Well said. In your opinion, what are the most pressing challenges facing the judicial system today, and what steps do you believe should be taken to address them effectively?
I think it's the diminishing public confidence in the judges. There's not been some good headlines lately, and it seems to tarnish all judges, because you've had a couple judges that have maybe not acted in the role of a judge. I don't think I'd say corrupt. I think maybe not maintaining the integrity of what we do. I mean, we're public servants. We're supposed to be a fair and impartial forum. Politics and personal opinion has no place in my position when I sit on the bench. And I always say, just because there's one bad apple in that bushel doesn't mean the entire bushel is bad. But that seems to be what's happening, and that's diminished the public perception and whether people could have a fair forum. So all we can do is try to be out there and tell people, we're not all bad apples. There's some good apples that are in there, and they're bright and shiny, and they really want to do good. And that's a challenge sometimes when you open up the paper or you turn on the press and you hear something negative about the judiciary. Again, that's always hard.
Oh, I hope everyone is like you so we don't have that problem. Finally, as you seek re-election, what message would you like to convey to the voters of Las Vegas regarding your vision, qualifications, and dedication to serving as their chief judge?
Well, I hope that voters would realize the experience that I have as being in the legal community for over 20 years. Gives me a pretty firm foundation. I've been in this position for over 11 years, so I have a proven track record that the public can see as to what I've been doing. The public had confidence to elect me into this position in 2012. Took the bench January of 2013, and I've always maintained that mindset. I am an elected official, I am a public servant, and I am there to do a job. And it's more than just sitting in a black robe on a bench. It's doing the work that needs to happen behind the scenes, sitting with stakeholders, collaborating, seeing how we can improve, understanding the evolving needs of our community, staying up on judicial education. So I'm hopeful that the community can review my qualifications and keep me there. I invite them to go to my website at cruzforjudge.com to see what I've been doing since I got elected and keep that public trust to keep me on the bench.
I said lastly or finally, but I have to ask you one more question. Looking ahead, what are your goals and priorities for the future of Las Vegas? And how do you plan to continue making a positive impact within the legal community and beyond?
Well, like I said, my hope is that I get reelected in November. I'm on the November ballot. And I'd love to find a way to get some of that technology that I talked about integrated with at least Las Vegas Justice Court, if not statewide. I think that would be a huge step forward to help a lot of people. I want to keep seeing, I mean, there's new ideas and new thoughts. There's some new thoughts that everything grows, right? Everything changes. There's some new stuff that's coming down with improving how we can help people in treatment courts that I want to take advantage of, change up the treatment court a little bit to catch a wider subset of people that need help. I want to keep working on some of our eviction crises to help ease the dynamic on both sides there. And I want to keep being there to help the community. So hopefully they'll keep me in my position as judge. I survived re-election, and I've got another 6-year term to keep doing this work for our community.
Well, thank you so much, and I wish you good luck on your current and future endeavors. I really wish that you would win this coming election. You will be re-elected, and we will be behind you, rallying for you.
I appreciate it so much, as always.
God bless.
Thank you.
As we conclude our conversation, it's evident that Chief Judge Cynthia Dustin Cruz's unwavering dedication to her community transcends the confines of the courtroom. While born in Salt Lake City, Utah, her formative years in Las Vegas have deeply rooted her commitment to justice and public service. Her tireless efforts to improve access to justice, champion rehabilitation, and embrace technological innovation reflect a profound commitment to serving the needs of her community. Chief Judge Cruz's legacy is not just one of legal expertise, but of genuine empathy and a steadfast resolve to make a positive difference in the lives of those she serves. As we bid farewell, let us carry forward her example of integrity, fairness, and boundless dedication to building a better, more just world for all. Thank you for joining us today on VegasVibes Junction.
Mambuhay, I am Christian Bishop, candidate for Nevada State Senate in Henderson. As a father to 3 children, family means everything to me. That's why your family means a lot to me. As a small business owner, I know what it's like to sacrifice, build, and persevere, protecting our community, investing in our future, and leading with empathy and foresight to make the right decisions for all Nevadans. In addition to being the sports, gaming, and hospitality capital of the world, let's be #1 for healthcare and education. I'm Christian Bishop, and I approve this message. Salamat po.
Thank you for joining us on this exhilarating episode of VegasVibes Junction, where we explore the remarkable life of Chief Judge Cynthia Dustin Cruz. I hope our inspiring journey has ignited joy and inspiration in your hearts, just as it has in mine. Las Vegas, beyond its iconic strip and the lively Fremont Street experience, is not only a hub for entertainment, but also a beacon for advocacy and community engagement. From musicians and entertainers to beauty queens and philanthropists, there are countless individuals shaping Las Vegas into a global phenomenon, not just through their talent, but through their commitment to making a positive impact. If you're passionate about a cause or simply want to showcase your talent, I would like to hear your inspiring story. Connect with me via email at VegasVibesJunction@gmail.com. And let's showcase your narrative right here on VegasVibes Junction, whether in our studios or through an online Zoom interview. Together, let's amplify your voice and shine a spotlight on what makes you so inspiring. Now let's explore our favorite segment, the Vegas Vibes Closet. Dive into a delightful selection of health and beauty products personally endorsed by me. This week, I'm excited to introduce a new addition to the VegasVibes Junction brand, the VegasVibes Cosmetics. Featuring a stunning array of lipsticks in various shades, VegasVibes Cosmetics enhances your natural beauty and boosts your inner glam. Each lipstick is meticulously crafted for exceptional color payoff, long-lasting wear, and a luxurious feel. Whether you're seeking a bold red for a night out or a subtle nude for everyday elegance, VegasVibes Cosmetics offer the perfect shade for your unique style. Elevate your beauty routine with our fabulous lipsticks capturing the spirit and glamour of Las Vegas. Before we say farewell, immense gratitude to our fabulous wardrobe sponsor, Fontaine, nestled at the Forum Shops of Caesars Palace. To explore their stunning collections, contact Ms. Anna Billings at 702-733-6205. Fontaine welcomes you to a world of extraordinary fashion. We express sincere thanks to our valued sponsors, Mr. and Mrs. Francis and Carolyn Shing from Hawaii. Their steadfast support, alongside the wonderful collaboration with All Access Productions, enriches our journey with the extra touch of magic. As we draw the curtains on another captivating episode of VegasVibes Junction, let's carry the spirit of Las Vegas with us, its energy, its passion, and its unwavering commitment to the dazzling world. Join us next time as we continue to uncover the stories that make the city shine, celebrating the extraordinary individuals who shape this vibrant landscape. Until then, keep spreading those Vegas vibes and stay tuned for more unforgettable moments from all of us here at VegasVibes Junction, wishing you a journey as enchanting as the lights of the Las Vegas Strip. I'm Esmeralda Padilla-Gould. Thank you for watching. Mwah!